Hello, Capricorn. So here for your reading, you have the Emperor, Five of Wands, Death, and your reverse challenging position, you have the Nine of Cups. And for your recommended outcome, or what is recommended for you to do, is the Five of Cups. Now, this is a little bit of a heavier reading. So the Emperor, I feel like this is your energy. I feel like you're really kind of, you have been, because to me this is your recent past position. You have been holding down the fort. You're kind of in this, you're the stability maybe of your family or your job or wherever. You bring a lot of structure. I feel like this represents being able to be a problem solver and just really kind of having that energy of needing to get things done, having people rely on you, and having to be kind of the decision maker on most of the situation, or even the breadwinner, or just that kind of foundation for other people. Now, the Five of Wands indicates there's some conflicts. So this could be with friends, family, this could be work conflicts, but there's disagreements. Something is not quite flowing smoothly. There's some bumps in the road, but you're going to be experiencing some type of conflicts in some situation. Now, with the Death here, this is indicating that I think because of these conflicts, you're going to be actually leaving something behind. Now, this could be somebody, a friendship you're going to kind of move forward from, or it could be a job that you're deciding that maybe you need to switch gears, but you're leaving something behind here. Now, and this transition is going to wind up be better for you in the long run. It's something that you have to do. So this is kind of like you're making this decision to kind of close one door, open the next one up. Now, with the Nine of Cups in reverse, this is your challenging position. Now, this is about kind of like how you feel about the world around you as far as like your material aspects. And it kind of indicates that you might have some discontentment. You might not feel super satisfied with something. You might feel like you have everything, but you feel like something is missing, or it could indicate that you're realizing that the things that you thought you wanted, they might not be entirely what you really wanted to begin with. So you just kind of have this discontentment about you. And I feel like this is why why this death moment is happening, that you're going to be feeling like you need to transition forward because you just are not happy with whatever this represents for you. Something is not quite, you don't feel like something is perfect in a sense. You're just not happy with something. Now, for what you need to kind of, your recommended outcome, your recommended, the way you should maybe do something. Now, this card all represents being upset. It's about disappointments, regret. It's having like an emotional setback. But this recommends that you need to look past that. This card really recommends that you need to, something didn't go quite right, but you need to look past that. So I think, and you need to move forward. So I think that you might be feeling a little bit of a loss or a little bit sad with whatever this situation is, but this is reminding you that, you got to go forward, and better things are on the horizon. You just need to focus on what you want and continue to move towards that goal or that situation. Now let's get into your oracle cards, because you got a lot of stuff that came out for you today. So you have opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. I really think through this, whatever's happening here with this disagreements or this conflict situation, I think you changing or switching gears or deciding to move in a different direction, I think even though it might not feel like it initially, I think it's going to actually bring opportunities to you, because when one door closes, another one opens. So you might not even see opportunities coming your way just yet. You might be in this kind of like dissatisfied, kind of unhappy moment. I don't want to say, oh, woe is me, but like you might be feeling just like upset. But I think that this is actually going to bring you more opportunities. I think something is going to come to you that wouldn't have come to you if you didn't kind of go through this situation. So I'm going to put the opportunities by the Death card, because I think that goes definitely with the transition that you're going to be experiencing. Then you got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Now, this could obviously represent some romantic person, or I feel like, to me, this attraction, I think by you making this transition I think you're going to be attracting opportunities and something that maybe is better fit for you with whatever this represents for you. I think you're going to be attracting something's going to be coming along your way that was maybe a little bit better fit or is going to be better for you in the future. So I'm going to put the attraction by these because I feel like it kind of goes there. Now you got a few of these cards that came out for you. So Vampire, emotional intelligence. This card is all about recognizing, what do they call them? Psychic vampires, or people that drain your energy. It's all about recognizing somebody draining your energy and kind of not being healthy for you and releasing them. And I wonder if this Five of Wands moment, I wonder if you're realizing that maybe you have one of these psychic vampires that are draining you, and this is why you're kind of going through this transition and you're kind of feeling maybe not so satisfied with something because you could be upset. It could be a friend that you thought was really a friend or something, and somehow you just are worn out and you're just upset that it's not turning out the way you had hoped. It could be a relationship or a job, but you're kind of having to let that go. So this could represent somebody draining your energy. And those people, they might not even realize they do it, but they do it. So then you have forgiveness, reducing burdens. And this is all about kind of like forgiving and moving on. It's almost like it represents like if you can't drink poison and expect the other person to suffer. So it's like if you are harboring anger or ill feelings towards somebody, they're not actually feeling that. It's like it's all on you. You know, you're the one actually suffering from that. So this is kind of saying that it's not saying like forgive them and be friends with them again. No, it's saying that like you need to just, however you need to put it to rest within yourself, that it doesn't affect you negatively. That's what you need to do. Instead of harboring it and walking around with all that like anger, that upsetness, you need to do whatever you need to do for yourself to make it not bother you anymore or bother you as less, and move forward, because you're not really doing anything to that person in a sense, like you're affecting yourself negatively. So I feel like this is going to go with kind of like this disappointment, you know, this kind of card of feeling, you know, having like these setbacks or whatever, but this card reminds you that you need to push forward. So the forgiveness, I feel like kind of goes with this card a little bit, is that you need to kind of maybe push forward, you know, and this could even be forgiving yourself. Maybe you made a mistake with something and you feel really bad about it, and sometimes we have to forgive ourselves as well. Now next up you have Cauldron, synergy and healing. Now the cauldron represents having everything you need, like you have everything you need that to put in this pot to make a dish. So it's just reminding you that at this moment you have everything you need. So you just need to kind of work with what you got because you already have everything. So I feel like that's really the Emperor energy. I'm going to stick that by the Emperor, because the Emperor he signifies somebody that's really like they have everything, that they're very skilled, they're very capable, they have resources, they're able to kind of use what they have effectively. So I feel like that's really your energy. Now next up you have Midnight, the most magical hour of all. And midnight, it's about like the witching hour, like 12 a.m., about kind of the veil being thinnest between the two worlds. But it always reminds you that it's always darkest before the dawn. So it's almost like if you're going through a dark period right now, the sun will shine again. You will go through a good period again. It's just sometimes you have to just trust and have faith and get through that darkness for the sun to rise again. So it just reminds you that like even if you're having a little bit of bad luck or there's a situation at the moment, you just have to persevere because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm going to kind of stick that by the Nine of Cups reversed. Next up, you have, when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on, and don't muddy the water to make it seem deep. So I feel like you might be kind of at the end of your rope with whatever this disagreement thing here, and you're definitely at the end of your rope because you're making changes. But I think it's just reminding you that don't hang on to this situation because you have a lot of cards representing needing to move forward, but just don't give up hope in something entirely. Like for instance, if this was some passion project you're doing or something that you're trying to get off the ground, and you're coming up with all these problems, I would say with this would be like you might have to do a different way going forward. You might have to run it differently going forward, but still remember your original dream and your original goals. It's just sometimes you have to, maybe you have to, it could be that you had a business partner, it just wasn't working out. You might have to switch that up or something. You might have to do it differently going forward, but don't give up on that initial idea. I think that would be saying. So, and sometimes you just got to hang on through all this mess. Sometimes you just got to hang on through it to make those changes and kind of see the other side. But, and don't muddy the water to make it seem deep. I really feel like this is going with this conflict card a little bit. I think, like, just in case you're arguing with somebody, you know how that goes sometimes. I think this is saying, don't try to make it messier than it already is, in a sense. Sometimes things kind of go from like messy to like a disaster. So I think this is just saying that if there's a way for you to keep it from going like, like full on mess, maybe just be a little bit more mindful of what that could be. Okay, so, and then you have hematite, ground yourself. I definitely feel like you guys need to ground yourself and kind of protect your energies at this time, because this is heavy. This is a lot of heavy stuff. So you just kind of need to have a, you don't want to lose yourself. You kind of want to be able to get through this as best as possible with the most sanity as possible. Okay, so now let us see. You know, think of a question for the Magic 8 Ball. We'll get to that in a second, Capricorns, but let us see what spirit of the dish shall be with you in this week. Okay, you got the Constant, which is the spirit of the bacon. You got the bacon. Okay, so, and let us do what dinner and a movie is recommended for my Capricorns. What dinner and a movie for my Capricorns. Oh, you got romance and Italian. So there you go, romance and Italian. And so you got S, B, H, H, S, P, L, E, M, and K. And then you got 9. Oh, no, sorry. This is a 6. Sorry. 6, 9, 3, 8. And then let's see your little stones. Okay, 4 kind of stuck to my fingers. So you have inspire, love, strength, and faith. So, I think inspire, where am I putting these guys? Where am I putting these guys? Okay, so I think, first of all, I think I'm going to put strength on the death card, because you might need, sometimes anytime you got to go through a transition or something, you got to leave something behind, it can be hard. So strength definitely is going to go with the death card. Faith, I think you need to keep faith. I'm going to stick it on the 5 of Cups, because I think sometimes you need to keep faith going forward, and you just have to have that faith in yourself. And I feel like with the 9 of Cups in reverse, I'm sticking inspire there, because with the 9 of Cups, you're kind of like dissatisfied with something, but that doesn't mean that, I feel like sometimes through that dissatisfaction and that feeling like, ugh, you know, you actually wind up you start thinking about, well, why am I not happy? Why is this not working out? What is wrong here? And then you get inspired, and then you have these like little moments where you start thinking differently. So you start trying to figure that out. So I think the inspire is definitely going to go with the Cups. And love, okay, so whatever this argument or disagreements or whatever, I guess if it is to do with friends and family, sometimes you got to remind yourself that, you know, you love these people even though they're driving you nuts. But it could be something that, whatever this is, if this is even let's say if this represents like you're having problems with a passion project or a hobby, you're having little disputes or those problems encountering, you know, it's something, it reminds you that like you want to do this, this is something that you love, but you're going to be willing to get through it Because this could indicate like a side hustle. So something that you don't have to do, but because you love it to a certain degree, you're going to kind of proceed forward, even though you are experiencing hurdles and obstacles and everything. So that's kind of how I'm going to stick those there. Okay, Capricorns, think of your question. And here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Capricorn's question? It says, most likely. So there you go, guys. The 8-ball has spoken. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.